Hi everybody, Paul Cameron here from SpeedUpMyJobSearch.com with some job search tactics and motivation for today. And this video is going to be a little bit different because I'm also the facilitator of the Jobs Driven Networking Group that meets in Wheaton, Illinois every third Thursday from 12:10 to 12:50. So you can stop by during your lunch hour if you're close. And if you're not close, I record every presentation and make them available inside of SpeedUpMyJobSearch.com for our members. Now, if you've been seeing my posts and you're curious about what goes on at these meetings, I thought I'd share a couple of clips from a recent meeting. And the focus of this one is on how to use improv to improve your networking skills. Let's take a look. Today we're very lucky to have Jim with us. He's an improv entertainer and going to help us to relate improv to networking, which is a really cool concept. I don't know if Jim even knows this, but I am a graduate myself of the Second City Players Workshop Improv school downtown. I used to live out behind them. As I was thinking about it, there is one tactic that I took from that class that I still use very much in every one of my sales calls when I'm going out to pick up a new client, but it also very much applies to interviewing, which is called the 5 beats of the scene. So whenever you watch an improv show, they have what's called beats of the scene, which are, if you've been to one, they'll ask for suggestions from the audience. They'll say, give me a location and give me an occupation or give me something that's going to happen. Like, let's say they say you're on vacation, you're in Cleveland, and the fire is going to break out and you have to put out the fire. So those are the beats of the scene. And the thing about this is it doesn't matter what order those beats of the scene happen, they just have to happen somewhere in their scene. So if I'm in Cleveland, you know, they'd say action with just the beats of the scene. And somebody would say, you know, this is great at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? So now we're at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And somebody on stage, their pyrotechnics went off and lit up one of the curtains. And now there's a fire, and I just happen to have a squirt gun on me, and I put out the fire. It doesn't matter how those beats of the scene happen, they just have to happen. If you take that concept into your interviews, where you've got 5 main points you want to cover, it doesn't matter what order you get to those things, just as long as you get to those 5 points somehow, some way during the conversation. Now you're not going to be stuck to a script during the interview, like, oh, I got to make sure I get to this, and I got to make sure I get to this. Now you can go with the flow of the conversation, and it becomes more of a spontaneous conversation with the interviewer and a more natural flow to it, making sure you hit your beats of the scene, not worried about when or how you hit them. Does that make sense? So I definitely recommend you do that, and I hope I didn't steal something from your presentation here, Jim. So I want to introduce Jim. He is a former CFO and COO turned business consultant and part-time improv entertainer and truly a master networker in his own right.
So that people know who to connect you with. Because a lot of times people say, I'm looking for, well, I don't know who that is. You know, but if you give me a specific, it's a lot easier. Number 2, give before you receive. The first thing I do at a networking event, I'll walk up to somebody and I'll say, hey, Jim, how are you? What is Jim up to? What is he about? And so I can find out how to help him first. And then eventually people will ask you what they can do for you. And I actually did that once at a workshop, and it led to a fantastic assignment for myself. So you always want to be giving first.
I hope that was helpful for you. And if you want more information about our Jobs Driven Networking Group, just go to drivestaff.com/JDNG. It's free for anyone to attend. And again, it's every third Thursday in Wheaton, Illinois from 12:10 to 12:50. So it's a quick meeting, and there's nothing like getting a quick boost of encouragement right in the middle of your day. Again, I'm Paul Cameron from SpeedUpMyJobSearch.com. Subscribe to our free YouTube channel here for more tactics like these, or sign up to have a new tactic emailed to you regularly just by going to drivestaff.com/motivate. And we do have an online-only JDNG Job Club membership option if the location or the timing's not good for you. And you can get more information about that at drivestaff.com/JDNG. And remember, there are people out there who want to help you, and there's even groups available to help you learn how to meet those people. Put it on your calendar. You can do this. Now, it's time to get to work.